Hello, this is Charlie. Welcome to My Messy Fingers. I just completed an album at a customer's request. She wanted me to get the 49 and Market Little Dreamer collection and make an album out of it. So I did, and I have a tutorial for her if she chooses to follow, or if she wants, she can purchase this. Now, this is going to be on my website for sale. I don't have any grandchildren to keep it for. So the person that does buy this will be getting the 5 remaining sheets of the solids, as well as the remaining laser cut items and the chipboard statements and words. So those will go with the album. Now the album measures 9 by 9, and we have a 1 7/8 inch spine. So on the front, when I made this album, I used what's called as a vanilla cardstock, and then I matted it with a really light beige, which is called Mist. I got both of these at cardstockwarehouse.com. This Little Dreamer by 49 Market, I got it from scrapbook.com. So if you're interested in purchasing it, you might want to check there, see if they have it. So I used a couple of the chipboard elements. I did put in a little birdies popped up here up at the top, and then some balloons that I added in addition to the balloons that was on the paper. I added in some of the stars and the hearts and this cute little bug, and I'm not quite sure what kind of a bug it is, but he's absolutely adorable. And then this large framed in piece, and I added the giraffe because the teddy bear's on here, but the giraffe I added, and then I put in another little bug down here, and then I put in the bassinet, a bottle, and a pair of shoes. And then I lined the album with some lace and put the word baby on the back. And then back here is just this beautiful pattern piece here. Okay, I've got to be careful about these little wings right here. All right, so let's get inside and let's take a look. All right, so there was a sheet that had some card elements that went through the 12 months of a baby's life, is what I'm going to take on the assumption here. So I built the album based on that. So month 1 and month 2 on this signature, I added in some elements here out of the chipboard, laser cut pieces here, and this was added in. And then when you get to the inside, this was added, but this is all the trimmings on the paper. But going back to the front, these opened, so you can put some photos in here documenting birth 1, and then this one goes up documenting birth 2. We've got a nice pocket over here with some delicate lace, month 1 button, month 2 button, and another pocket with some more delicate lace. This is set in here for maybe some journaling, documenting those precious moments when someone starts walking, they get their first tooth, when they first started to crawl. So that's what I've set this up, so that your babies, as they advance, you can document their oh gosh, I just lost the word I was going to use. All right, let's just move on. Number 3, month number 3 opens this way. These are magnet closed. Here's one of the tags. You open it up, and over here's month 4, and this one opens this way, magnet closed. And then when you get in here, these are some pockets on both sides. Let me get these back in frame a little bit better. This piece here, this striped piece, is actually a part of the 49 and Market marketing. So you got 49 and Market across the top, you've got their logos and everything across the bottom. Well, in the middle of all this was this beautiful striped piece of paper, and I used it. And then I made a couple of pockets. These are some embellishments, laser cut embellishments, a little bit of lace. And then we've got some tucks here, top and bottom, little elephants and the little bee. Again, tucks top and bottom. Open this up and we've got a big side pocket, got some lace, a little bear, some jammies, a heart, another tuck pocket, a big pocket here. And then over here, I added the balloons. And then we got a nice big pocket here. And then you've got month 4 button and month 3 button. So we're going to close this up. Behind this, there's a big pull-out. And I used some brass elements that I had in my stuff for your pull-outs. And I used the same ribbon that I used to close the album. Moving on, this is going to be month 5 and 6. I used one of the chipboard elements here and here. The cat and the fiddle down here. This is number 5. This opens this way. Then this opens up, and then this one opens like this. This is number 6. When you open this up, what you have over here, and you want to be careful with this because on this side, you can put photos over here. But these are not glued down, so you can actually come in here and tuck behind them or commit a photo behind them, but you want to be very careful with it. And then here I did a diagonal cut. I used a graphic 45 die that I have, and I made a little envelope for that to sit here. And on month 6 on this side, again, it's the same thing. These are very fragile, but you can come in behind and you can tuck or you can commit your photo here. We've got some more elements here. We've got a pocket. I used a different kind of lace here. One of the chipboard frames. Open this up and we've got some more tucks, top and bottom here on both sides. And then here's a big waterfall. I put in a couple of the other elements, and then all I did was covered these and the ends. I left everything else blank, assuming that they would actually be covered with photos. And then we get over here to months 7 and 8. This opens up this way. Open this up. This one opens that way. And we've got a small pocket down here. Do I have something? Yeah, I do. It's a small pocket. You're not going to be able to put very big items in it simply because it'll interfere with this. And then you've got a side pocket over here. And then you have a pocket over here. And then these are photo flips. And then you've got a big pocket, big deep pocket here. And then welcome baby. 7 and 8. And then here's the other pull out. Going on to months 9 and 10. Opens this way. This one opens this way. And then you've got some nice pockets with some lace and some of the laser elements all the way across. Some pockets here. These are some images that I specifically cut to trim to fit. Then when you open this up, we've got some small waterfalls here on this side, and we've got a big pocket here and some more of those elements. This little cute guy here is popped up. And then the last one, this is months 11 and 12. So here's 11. It opens this way. And this particular piece of paper, I centered this in here. Well, in doing so, there were strips that were cut off, and I love the images, so I fussy cut them out, and I placed them up here, and I fussy cut this one out, and I ran it here, so they didn't go to waste. Open this up. This is month 12, and this will open up this way as well. And then these are just some embellishments that I've added in here. But on this side, we've got a small pocket, and it's about now we might be seeing our first tooth. And then this is the last page where you can come in here and do that. I purposely set up for some journaling. Now, this was one piece, and I didn't like this just by itself. There was nothing here. So I made this small flap and then added the piece I cut off. So that's how we got this small pocket. So there you go. This is on my website. It will be for sale. And like I said, whoever purchases this will get the remaining 5 solids, the laser cuts, as well as the chipboard word statements. And if you've got any questions with regards to the video or anything, first look down in the description field, because all the materials that I would have used on this will be listed down below. If something you're specifically inquiring on is not addressed down there, then please reach out to me. And I thank you for viewing. And if you haven't subscribed, I hope you will consider doing so. I'll see you on the next build. Bye-bye.